watching News 4, your local news leader. Now, live from Buffalo, this is News 4 at 7.
Thank you for joining us for News 4 at 7. I'm Patrick Ryan. Jordan Norcus is off tonight. Here are some of the top stories we're bringing you this hour.
I'm still tracking some showers and thunderstorms, but mainly for northern Pennsylvania. We have a flood advisory in place for McKean County. I'll talk more about that and a bit of a cool down this weekend. That's coming up.
And some folks were left dealing with the oppressive heat without a way to cool down. Hear from local residents after it took days to get a Buffalo splash pad fixed. And how Buffalo Schools is using new technology in an effort to bring drivers speeding past stop school buses to a screeching halt. And we begin tonight with a live look over downtown Buffalo as we continue to track a hot and muggy day outside. We'll bring in forewarned meteorologist Mike Doyle now with the latest information. And Mike, what are we really looking at as we head into the later hours?
Still tracking some showers and thunderstorms that can produce a flooding downpour. We've seen some flooding happening in McKean and Potter County, so that's our bigger threats for this evening. But a lot of us here in western New York, it's been pretty quiet. But here are the showers and storms right now. Again, we did have a flood advisory for Potter County. That has been dropped, but one continues until 8 o'clock in the evening for McKean County. All those scattered thunderstorms, again, producing those really heavy downpours, which can lead to some flooding concerns. A few thunderstorms popping up really just south and east of Franklinville, but most around the metro area, it's been pretty dry. But I'm tracking those storms off towards our north and west that will just hit the really northern part of Niagara Frontier. So I think Buffalo might be okay. I think the Falls could see a few showers and some gustier winds due to some of those storms. But again, here's our radar and those storms off towards the PA Hills. That's where those thunderstorms have been, and you can see they don't really move anywhere. So a lot of rainfall in a very short amount of time can lead to some of those flooding concerns. Where we saw that one thunderstorm pop up, it dropped anywhere from about 3 to 4 inches of rainfall in a very short amount of time from Ulysses through Hebron, and then from Port to Allegheny through Lewis Run, anywhere from about 1 to upwards of 3 inches there. So again, that's where the hardest hit areas were in McKean and Potter County. Flood alerts, again, we had that flood advisory until 8 o'clock in the evening for McKean County. The rest of us here in western New York, hot, humid for tonight. That will continue for tomorrow. Then a little bit of a cool down by this weekend. I'll talk more about that coming up. Patrick.
Mike, thank you. And with these high temperatures, one community in Buffalo has had fewer options to cool down. That's because the city's splash pad had been broken for much of the week, so they called for action. News 4's Jeff Preval brings us this story from the east side.
Residents here called for action, and they got action earlier today after reporting that the splash pad here in Schiller Park had been broken this week, has since now been reopened after a mechanical failure. Jamil Williams contacted News 4, very upset that the splash pad here at Schiller Park was not operational the last few days at the height of the heat wave. He says normally there are dozens of kids who use the splash pad because it's the only option for many kids to cool off in this area. Prior to the heat wave, the mayor's office announced extended hours for the city's 10 splash pads and 2 indoor pools, but the water ran dry here at the Schiller Park splash pad, all to a mechanical issue, according to a city spokesperson.
It's almost every year thing. When it gets too hot in the 90 degrees, for whatever reason, Schiller Park, this closes down. The water just stops. I've been over here for the last 10 years, and it's consistently the same thing.
Finally, late this morning, the splash pad came back on, and kids were finally able to enjoy the splash pad here. And kids have had more time out of school this week, with Buffalo Public Schools doing half days and due to the Juneteenth holiday yesterday. As for the city's 5 outdoor pools, those are set to open on July 1st. And yes, they are expecting to have enough lifeguards to staff those pools. Reporting from the city's east side, Jeff Preval, News 4.
And a new era of traffic enforcement is coming to Buffalo through artificial intelligence. Come July 1st, first student school buses used by Buffalo Public will have cameras attached to the outside. It's all in an effort to keep school children safe and hold dangerous drivers accountable. I took a look at the technology and just who's paying for it.
Our goal is not ticketing, but our goal is to change behavior.
But if you blow past a stopped school bus in Buffalo, there's a good chance you'll be slapped with a $250 fine. The city partnered with the company Bus Patrol to discourage and catch reckless drivers. First student school buses in the Queen City will have stop arm surveillance footage. When the arm comes out and the lights start flashing, 8 cameras on the buses will start recording. If the artificial intelligence technology behind the system clocks a driver illegally passing, a digital packet of video evidence is sent to Bus Patrol. From there, it's reviewed by humans and forwarded to police, who will determine if a fine is necessary.
We have to leverage technology, and it's not just even in this, it's in other aspects of policing, whether it be cameras, license plate readers, other things that we do to help with keep the public safe. We have to leverage technology. This is going to be, I think, an excellent program for the safety of our community, for the safety of our children, to make sure that when these buses are stopping, that these kids have a safe opportunity to get off the bus.
We're told no taxpayer dollars is going towards the program. Bus Patrol absorbs the cost of installing the equipment and receives a cut of the traffic violation fines. Beginning July 1st, violators will only receive a warning in the mail until the city begins hitting people with true violations on September 30th. And again, that grace period for Queen City drivers begins on July 1st, and a lot more information on all of this is posted on our website, WIVB.com. Meanwhile, top elected leaders in Erie County government will see a big boost in pay in the next several years. Today, the Erie County Legislature voted yes on a proposed pay increase for county officials. News 4's Dylan Morello spoke with those on both sides of the political aisle after this vote.
Issues and decisions that affect the everyday taxpayer. That's what Erie County legislators voted on today, with the county's sales tax increase as well as pay raises for legislators, causing heated discussion between both sides of the aisle.
This is just to keep the formula the way that it is.
It wasn't a good day for the taxpayers of Erie County today.
With a 6-5 vote, increases in salary will go to the county executive, controller, sheriff, and clerk, with pay increases for full-time elected positions ranging from 25% to 47%. County legislators will see a 53% raise.
I think it's inappropriate to tell the residents that we represent out there that we need these kind of dollars to serve.
If you combine the salary of all 11 legislatures here in Erie County, we're the second lowest throughout the state.
The constituents that we represent, they don't get to vote to give themselves a $20,000 raise from other people's hard-earned money. We shouldn't be doing that as well.
There's not a lot of people that can devote this time as their job for $43,000 a year.
Democrats on the floor also pushed through a local law by a 7-4 vote that would allow for a simple majority vote of the legislature to extend the county's sales tax each year.
People from around Erie County that are depending on this money, and they want this because it goes into their budget planning. This way it ensures that they're going to get that money. There's no 11th hour shenanigans.
This only makes it easier to continue to extend the temporary sales tax. They're not going to try and lower it. We have a spending problem in Erie County, and this only makes it easier to continue that issue.
Once again, the proposition to need only a simple majority vote to increase the county's sales tax will be on the ballot in November, and pay raises for legislators won't go into effect until a new term of office. Reporting in Buffalo, Dylan Morello, News 4.
An Amherst mother could spend the rest of her life behind bars after a jury convicted her of killing her newborn baby. The Erie County DA's office says a jury found 32-year-old Andy Wright guilty of second-degree murder on Tuesday. Prosecutors say in October of 2020, Wright gave birth alone at her house in the town of Tonawanda, but she did not call 911. Wright's boyfriend found her and called for an ambulance later that day. That's when a paramedic found the dead newborn in a garbage can in her basement. Wright will learn her fate during sentencing. That's set for September. A father and son are locked up tonight, accused of being involved in a Queen City shooting over the weekend. 49-year-old Kwanzaa Battle and 25-year-old Kwanzaa Battle II were arrested yesterday. They're both facing several charges, including attempted murder. Buffalo police say a 31-year-old man was shot last Saturday on South Park Avenue. He was taken to ECMC and is expected to be okay. A 22-year-old woman who was brought to the police station in connection to the shooting was also arrested. Police say Amani Buster had 6 grams of crack on her when police clamped the cuffs. Coming up, a natural lawn cutting service has been let loose in Cazenovia Park. See why goats have been called in to help keep bad plants at bay. A few goats will be hard at work in Cazenovia Park over the next few weeks. The handful of goats will roam the park and help cut down on invasive plant growth. This is the 6th season the group Let's Goat Buffalo has been called in to help Goatscape. The owner of the business says the goats are working on a plant called Japanese knotweed, which is nearly impossible to remove with regular mowing.
A lot of people are like, why don't you just mow this stuff down? And the thing is, this plant will actually reproduce through bits of leaf and stem rather than flowering and going to seed. And the problem with that is if you mow it or you trim it, you're essentially just replanting all of that top growth. When the goats eat it, they actually, through their unique digestive process, they mitigate the seeds and reproductive matter of the plant so that it can't regrow from their waste, all while also returning nutrients to the soil with that waste so that the native plants we do want have a chance to compete.
People are welcome to stop by the park and watch the goats work. We're told they could eat through roughly half an acre over the next 2 weeks. To Niagara County now, where a different type of animal is roaming the streets. It's a peacock named Kevin. Residents in the village of Barker named the bright-colored bird after he was spotted on the front lawns and even blocking traffic. We're, of course, wishing the best of luck to Kevin. And still to come at 7, firefighters are raising awareness over potential OSHA changes. Hear why local leaders are saying this could hurt local fire companies. Firefighters across the state are sounding the alarm about possible changes to OSHA regulations. Some of those proposed changes more than double the hours of basic training, upgrade medical screenings, and are tougher on administrative changes. Now, the Firefighters Association of New York believe these changes could close countless departments across the state.
If OSHA is successful in these new requirements, would create significant administrative and operational difficulties that could ultimately compromise the public safety, all while driving up costs of providing fire protection.
If approved, this would be the first regulation change for firefighters by OSHA in nearly 40 years. Meanwhile, the annual 11-day Power Play is back to raise money and awareness about cancer. It kicked off this morning at the Lecom Harbor Center in Buffalo. Teams will be on the ice constantly for 11 days, alternating every 3 hours. Hundreds of men, women, and children will be participating. The goal is to reach $1.7 million this year. The Fill the Backpack campaign is officially over, and thanks to you, Feed More Western New York was able to meet and exceed this year's goal of 32,000 backpacks. Nearly 35,000 backpacks worth of food will go to local children while they're out for school this summer. We'd like to thank everyone who helped make this year's campaign a success. All right, and we will take a break and head over to weather now. Mike, a lot of talk online about a heat wave, but are we actually in a heat wave?
No, we fell short for today. We need 3 consecutive days where we see temperatures in Buffalo hit 90 or more. We had that on Tuesday, had it yesterday. Today, Buffalo just hit 88. So we were close, but officially not a heat wave. Overall, it still feels like it was, though.
It certainly does.
A lot of us feel like we're in the 90s today. Buffalo right now, 83, a mostly clear sky, and it's been a pretty quiet day overall for most of us here in Western New York, and especially around the city. A little bit of a different story for McKean and Potter County. That's where we saw some storms pop up starting right around 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon and continuing forward this evening at that 7 o'clock hour. We still have a flood advisory in place. That goes until 8 o'clock this evening for McKean County. Potter County, no more advisories or warnings for you. We're still seeing some of those showers coming down for Cartersport. Watching this cluster of storms just off towards our north and west, just north of Niagara Falls, could get clipped there. You can also see the lake breeze. I'm pointing to it right there, but also an outflow boundary. So when the wind comes down, when the rain comes down to the ground, can't go through the ground, so it spreads out and can cause an outflow boundary. And that could pop up a few storms as well. So I'll watch that closely for you around the metro area. Our flood alerts, we still again have that flood advisory in place for McKean County. That goes until 8 o'clock this evening. We have a front that's going to stall over us for tonight and also for tomorrow, keeping us warm, humid, and also active. So this model here showing there was a chance for a few storms up towards the metro area and the Niagara Falls area as well. I think there's a better chance for those along the lakeshore of Ontario that could see that cluster of storms. But again, the outflow boundary, the lakeshore breeze could kick off a few storms closer to the 90 or even just south of the 90 this evening. Tonight and early tomorrow morning, once we get past midnight, it does become much quieter, still holding on to more of a mostly clear to partly cloudy sky. And like I mentioned, our high for today in Buffalo was 88, so we did fall short of 90, which we needed for that heat wave. But a few of us did hit 90, Albion at 92, Bradford at 90, and Rochester high of 91 this afternoon. At the moment, we're still in the mid 80s, upper 80s, slightly cooler off towards the state line. It's because there's a lot more clouds and storms and some rain cooled air knocking guys down to the mid 70s. Tonight, 66 to 73, patchy clouds, strong thunderstorms that can produce those flooding downpours and some gustier winds. Tomorrow, 81 to 89, partly cloudy, dry in the morning. By midday, like today, that's when we'll see storms start to pop up and then continue throughout the afternoon into the evening hours. So dry tomorrow morning for your commute. Here's midday, noon, scattered showers and storms popping up right around the state line. Notice how it's drier towards the north. That will change, though. Once we get to about that 4 or 5 o'clock hour, that's when we could see a better chance for a few more isolated storms to pop up near the metro area in the 90. Then we do dry out as we go into the overnight hours. Then for our Saturday, dry in the morning. Then by midday, we'll see a few more showers and storms pop up. So we'll stay active this weekend. Cooler and more refreshing on Monday. It's short-lived. Back into the 80s for our Tuesday. Scattered showers and storms by Wednesday. Patrick.
Mike, thank you. Well, 4:51 this afternoon marked the official start of summer. And with a hot day like today, families were out making a splash across our local pools. However, experts at AAA stress that proper pool safety is crucial. According to the CDC, there's an estimated 4,000 drownings a year. It's considered a leading cause of death for children between 1 and 4, have the highest drowning rates, and many times it happens in a swimming pool. Earlier this afternoon, AAA's Elizabeth Carey shared simple safety tips families should follow.
One of the #1 things you can do is clean up the toys around the pool when you're done swimming. Also, 70% of the drownings are alcohol related, so making sure that you have someone who's not drinking alcohol watching the pool.
Meanwhile, at least 37 children die in hot cars every year. Carey says exercising safety during summer travel can be life-saving. Up next, putting a price on trees, but not for timber. We'll tell you what carbon credits are and how one company is turning them into cash. You've probably heard about carbon credits. It's when companies offset their greenhouse gas emissions by investing in projects that reduce those gases elsewhere. And one startup is helping put a price on the credits. Ian Lee reports.
Bird songs rise above this forest in France. For some, it's the sound of money by preserving a place where the birds can sing. French startup The Beautiful Forest is putting a price on the trees, not for timber, but how much carbon they store as they get older. By committing to keeping the trees for 20 years, we will be generating carbon credits, he says. They calculate a roughly 2,000-acre plot of this old-growth forest holds 54,000 carbon credits, which can be sold to companies looking to offset their carbon footprints. The startup estimates these credits are worth nearly $6 million over 15 years. And the older the tree, the more carbon they store, like depositing money in a bank with interest. It takes 80 years for an oak to store its first ton of carbon, then 40 more years for its second, 20 for its third, and 15 for its fourth, he says. To know how much carbon is stored, a team of forest engineers measure the mass of the trees while taking note of what lives between, like moss and mushrooms. She says once we know the types and sizes of trees, this will give us an estimate of the volume of wood in this forest, which determines the carbon tonnage present and how much it's worth. So this green forest of songs will produce some serious green for years to come. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
We have some sad news out of Hollywood tonight. Prolific film and television actor Donald Sutherland has died at the age of 88. His son Kiefer Sutherland confirmed his death today. No other details were revealed. From MASH in the 1970s to the Hunger Games, Sutherland's acting career spanned decades. He was presented with an honorary Academy Award in 2018 and won an Emmy in 1995 for the TV movie Citizen X. Most recently, Sutherland was supposed to be the lead movie in The Panic, which was being filmed in Buffalo this week, but because of a hip injury, he was unable to follow through. And straight ahead, Governor Kathy Hochul has signed a social media bill into law aimed at protecting young people's mental health. We'll show you the restrictions that'll soon be in place. And see how storm surge is leaving blocks of entire neighborhoods underwater throughout Texas. Those stories and more in the next half hour of News 4 at 7.
watching News 4, your local news leader. Now, live from Buffalo, this is News 4 at 7.
A landmark bill regarding social media and kids is now law in New York State today. Governor Kathy Hochul signed the Stop Addictive Feeds Exploitation for Kids Act this afternoon. The law will make it illegal for social media companies to use, quote, addictive feeds for users under the age of 18. That means no suggested posts will be allowed in kids' feeds, no notifications from midnight to 6 a.m. without parental consent, and new age verification tools to be set by the state attorney general. If the social media platforms do not comply, the AG can fine them up to $5,000 per violation and beyond.
The damaging effect of social media's addictive algorithms, weaponized to use children's personal information, extracting millions of data points about their preferences, what they want to do, where they're going. They use all this to hold them captive to a barrage of unsolicited images and messages, and that must be stopped right now.
The New York law is set to go into effect 180 days after the state attorney general determines the exact rules and guidelines. Meanwhile, the latest Siena College poll shows the worst ever favorability and job approval ratings for Governor Hochul since she took office. Her ratings improved from last fall to January of this year, but have since trended downwards. More than 800 registered voters across the state were polled. Right now, her favorability stands between 38 and 49%, down slightly last month. Since her job approval rating has also slipped, now standing between 44 and 50%. We have the full Siena poll, including ratings for other elected officials, over at WIVB.com. Congressman Nick Langworthy is demanding accountability from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Biden administration on what he calls a growing crisis at the northern border. He introduced new legislation today alongside Erie County Sheriff John Garcia. It's called the Northern Border Security Enhancement and Review Act. Langworthy says it will address several security concerns.
We know that this is needed because the Biden administration has repeatedly failed to provide regular threat assessments and has only updated its northern border strategy once in the last 8 years. DHS has a duty to protect our borders and to ensure the safety of our citizens.
Langworthy says the act would mandate Homeland Security to conduct and submit a northern border threat analysis on a yearly basis. As much as 10 inches of rain could fall in parts of southern Texas from Alberto. It's the first named storm of the hurricane season, currently moving over Mexico. Dave Malkoff is on the coast in Corpus Christi, Texas.
The surf is rough and the wind howling in northeast Mexico as Alberto moves inland. The storm brought trees down and caused rivers to swell. Some drivers were rescued as the water rose. Alberto is also flooding parts of southern Texas.
We can show you just how waterlogged it is here in Corpus Christi. We've got a car back there that is underwater. We've also got, seconds ago, a car that came through here, and you can see the wake from that car that is still dripping here.
Those in the community were coming to each other's rescue as multiple vehicles stopped running in the high water.
Is this the first person you've helped out?
It is, because mine's stuck down there.
From above, the extent of the flooding becomes clear, with water now covering several city blocks.
We didn't think it'd get up as far, so.
Some kids took advantage of the new river. The water is thigh deep in some areas. Dave Malkoff, CBS News, Corpus Christi, Texas.
Back at home, an update for you tonight from Niagara County. Olcott Beach is once again open for swimming. The Department of Health says officials sampled the water yesterday and it is now suitable for swimming. Health officials say they will continue to monitor the quality closely. Turning back to the weather now, meteorologist Mike Doyle is hard at work pinpointing which direction the thermometer is headed, Mike.
Still up for the next couple of days, but then slightly down this weekend. But really, it's just slightly. It's still going to be warm and humid both Saturday and Sunday. Looking to the falls right now, clear sky, 85 degrees, dew point upper 60s. So that's why it's so humid, is that dew point is extremely high. That temperature, the dew point temperature, will fall on Monday, and it will be more refreshing to start next week. But the falls right now, rather clear. A look at our radar, where we have some scattered showers and storms off towards the state line, and a few more of those storms over Lake Ontario. I'm going to point something out that's pretty cool here. We have one outflow boundary about to pop up right there. So that's the wind from that storm. Also, the outflow boundary right here I'm pointing to, that's from the storms that popped up over in Cattaraugus and Allegheny County. But also we have the lakeshore breeze. So we've all three of these boundaries moving close to each other. And if they do collide, it could be enough of a lifting mechanism, because how warm and humid we are. It could help fire off a few more storms around the metro area. So I'm going to watch that for you. A closer look at our radar. Again, that's the lake breeze right there from Byron out towards Alabama, between the falls to Wayland and Ontario. That is the boundary, outflow boundary, and then this one, of course, is from the one that's in the southern tier. But we're dry for the moment, but that could change. Seeing a few more of those scattered thunderstorms still coming down at a decent clip for a lot of us in McKean County. That green we see there is a flood advisory. That goes until 8 o'clock. We still have the heat advisory in place until 8 o'clock this evening for western New York, so about another 22 minutes. But it does continue into the weekend, though, for McKean and Potter County. I'll talk more about your weekend forecast. That's coming up.
Golfers took advantage of the sunshine all day at Wanaka Country Club in Hamburg to help raise funds for two local foundations. News 4's Hope Winter has more from the course.
Luckily, all of us love golf, so that's half the battle. The other half is just this year specifically staying hydrated.
These golfers are getting in the swing and putting with a purpose. They're playing and walking 100 holes of golf in just one day.
Playing golf like this today, though, the bad shots don't matter, right? You're just here to have some fun, try to make some birdies.
Golfers will be out on the golf course of Wanaka Country Club all day, part of an annual drive that helps raise funds for two organizations that help children in our community.
Courage of Carly Fund was actually started by a patient over 20 years ago named Carly, who really just saw that there needed to be some programs and events for patients like her. And since then, we have raised funds to have things like teen prom and take kids to events and have in-clinic activities like art and music that really just help kids be kids.
Carly passed away at the age of 11, like Luca, who passed away at the age of 11. Live Like Luca supports disadvantaged youth in the Western New York community by supporting grants, experiences, and opportunities that they normally would not be able to do on their own.
Roger Kalani's son, Luca, passed away from complications of the flu 4 years ago. Roger tells us that 3 weeks before his passing, Luca came up with the idea that if he ever won the lottery, he'd start a foundation to help give underserved children more opportunities. Today, Roger, along with his friends and family, continues Luca's legacy in every step.
We're just trying to continue his vision that he had and ensuring that it continues on.
The event has raised $750,000 throughout the past 8 years, and they're hoping to surpass $1 million soon. To learn more about these foundations, visit WIVB.com. In Wanaka, Hope Winter, News 4.
Next at 7, the cost of childcare is on the rise, with experts estimating some families paying thousands of dollars a month. We'll share some tips to help keep you from breaking the bank. A report last week showed inflation is starting to ease, but the cost of childcare remains very expensive. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger looks at just how expensive it is and what some families can do to make it more affordable.
Childcare costs continue to rise. Families have seen prices shoot up more than 32% since 2019, faster than the inflation rate. The average American spends nearly $1,000 a month. That's more than $11,500 a year. And that's just the average. In many parts of the country, prices can balloon to 2 or 3 times that amount. A growing number of parents have seen childcare outpace their salaries, forcing them to quit, putting the brakes on career advancement and long-term retirement savings. There is help for lower-income families at childcare.gov, where parents can find various programs that provide financial assistance. Eligibility requirements vary by state. Also, don't forget to take advantage of employer-based dependent care flexible spending accounts, and be sure to claim the Child and Dependent Care Tax Credit when you file your taxes every year. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Coming up, travel for this year's 4th of July is expected to be the busiest ever. Find out what days you should book your flights to save hundreds of dollars. The 4th of July is 2 weeks away, and AAA predicts nearly 71 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more. Chris Van Cleve is in California with more.
Flying out of Washington Dulles Airport, Joanne Weaver is starting a trip expected to be very popular this 4th of July, an Alaskan cruise.
The weather is supposed to be a little better in Alaska now, and the mosquitoes aren't quite as big yet.
AAA predicts nearly 7% more Americans will fly somewhere for Independence Day. Since just May 17th, TSA has seen 7 of its busiest days ever. Shannon Lynn and family are heading to Greece this week to miss that rush.
We're hoping that as going at this time, there'll be less crowds. We'll be able to enjoy our time together better.
Most of the nearly 70.9 million expected to travel 50 miles or more will drive. And they'll find gas prices about 13 cents cheaper than a year ago.
The numbers just keep going up, and we keep setting these new records, and we sound like a broken record, but that's because the records are being set year after year.
Is the new norm just going to be every summer's a record-breaking summer for travel?
You would think the bubble's going to burst at some point, but we haven't seen any indication of that happening yet.
Despite surging demand to fly, airfare tracker Hopper is still seeing last-minute travel deals to places like Myrtle Beach, Charleston, even Copenhagen and Stockholm for under $600.
If you're looking to get the lowest airfare, departing on the 4th of July and coming back on Tuesday or Wednesday of the week following is guaranteed to get you the lowest price. You'll save over $100 per ticket on domestic routes.
Experts say flexibility is key when you're looking for those last-minute deals. July 4th really marks the beginning of the peak of summer travel. TSA says any day now they could screen more than 3 million people at checkpoints in one 24-hour period. That would be a new record. Busiest time on the road expected to be the day before the 4th of July and the Sunday after. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Santa Ana, California.
Well, there's a pair of lucky lottery winners walking around Western New York. A winning Take 5 ticket was called following yesterday's midday drawing. The top prize ticket of over $9,000 was sold at Tops Market on Maple Road in Williamsville. Meanwhile, a whopping $2 million Powerball jackpot was also sold during yesterday's drawing as a second prize to yesterday's unclaimed Powerball, which now stands at $72 million. The ticket was sold at the 7-Eleven on Main Street in Williamsville. All right, I wish I would have bought one of those tickets, Mike.
Right, in Williamsville, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
We got a little lucky spot right there.
Some stormy weather we're looking at, right?
Well, tracking some showers and storms, yeah, mainly for those in Pennsylvania, but now we're starting to see a few of these showers and storms kind of just flirt right by the Niagara Falls area and the Niagara Frontier, the Lakeshore of Ontario. So you have those two areas right there. We have a flood advisory in place for McKean County, scattered thunderstorms right there, producing some very heavy rain, some gusty winds, lots of lightning from really Bradford through Lafayette down towards Kane, now hopping into Warren County as well. Most of us in now the southern tier of Western New York, we're A-OK, mainly dry right now, and most of us to the north, not a whole lot popping up. But we can see three different things right here. An outflow boundary, that is the wind from those storms. The lake breeze, that's from Lake Ontario. And then this outflow boundary, that was from the storms that popped up over Franklinville. That storm is now kind of tapered away, but now we have these three boundaries, 1, 2, and the third one right there, making its way. And maybe they could collide right around the Elma area, and it could help really trigger maybe a few more storms to pop up near the metro area later on this evening. I'll watch that for you throughout the next couple of hours. Our radar right now, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Storms are slowly just making the way off towards the west, but a lot of rain from Lewis Front to Mount Jewett to Port Allegheny. 1 to upwards around 3 inches of rainfall that's fallen within the last 3 hours. A front just to our north will keep us active for tonight and also for our day tomorrow. So for tonight, here's 8 o'clock to about 1 o'clock in the morning. A few of those scattered showers and thunderstorms. Once we get past midnight, we do see the storms fade and it's much quieter throughout the overnight hours. Maybe a stray shower for a few of us by early tomorrow morning. Our high temperatures for today, Buffalo hit 88. Little Valley at 87, Westfield 86 degrees. At the moment, most of us in near the state line, mid to upper 50s, mid to upper 70s. That's because we have more of the rain coming down, some rain-cooled air. Still warm off towards the metro area in the mid 80s. Tonight, 66 to 73, some stronger thunderstorms that can produce those strong gusty winds and also those flooding downpours. That's for the early part of tonight. And like I mentioned, after midnight, it does become much quieter. Tomorrow, 81 to 89, partly cloudy, hot and humid still, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Here's Friday morning, your morning commute, A-OK, no issues by midday. Scattered showers and storms pop up for the southern tier into northern Pennsylvania. Continuing throughout the evening, a better chance for a few more isolated thunderstorms to pop up for the northern half of our viewing area from Warsaw through Niagara Falls and Buffalo between 4 and 6 o'clock in the evening for tomorrow. Quiet overnight, then by our Saturday morning, dry, partly cloudy. Once we add some daytime heating, here's midday once again. You're starting to see a pattern here. We'll take some daytime heating about lunchtime to see the storms to kind of fire up once again. And then that will continue for our Sunday. Still holding on to scattered showers and storms, slightly cooler, lower 80s, upper 70s on Monday, less humid as well. You will feel a difference on Monday, lower dew point temperatures. Tuesday, dry, partly cloudy, a few more showers and storms by Wednesday. Patrick.
Mike, thank you. Up next, it's a controversy that's haunted the Sabres faithful for years. We'll show you how they're remembering the infamous no-goal shot at the Stanley Cup Finals on this day back in 1999. Trending tonight, it's a heartbreaking anniversary for Sabres fans. Does this sound familiar? No goal. 25 years ago, the Sabres lost to the Dallas Stars in the Stanley Cup Finals on that very controversial call. In triple overtime of Game 6, Dallas's Brett Hull scored the game winner, securing the first and only Stanley Cup in the Stars franchise history. Many people argue Hull's foot was in the crease when he scored the goal, but the league said he had possession of the puck, so it didn't matter. To this day, no goal remains deeply woven into Buffalo Sabres history. Well, we do thank you for joining us for News 4 at 7 tonight. You can stay connected around the clock on WIVB.com. David Kelsey will be back here for News 4 at 10. Have a great night.